This weekend, today particularly, we'll see President Cyril Ramaphosa joining families and honouring police officers and reservists who have lost their lives in the line of duty at the annual South African Police Commemoration Day. The country's men and women in blue are tasked with the increasingly dangerous job of maintaining law and order in the country, but are often criticised for being ineffective with dealing with growing incidents of crime. Today, we turn our focus to those in the front line and get an insight into their daily lives. Let's cross to our reporter, Offense Estimo. Offense, a very good morning to you. What do we expect to happen at the Union Buildings today?
Thank you very much. Well, we are coming to you live from the memorial site of the South African Police Service here at the Union Building, where we are expecting the names of about 33 police officers that actually lost their lives in the line of duty to be immortalized by being inscribed in the Wall of Remembrance right here at the Union Buildings. Well, also the families that lost their loved ones are actually going to converge here and lay wreaths at the memorial site, paying homage and respecting the bravery of those that actually lost their lives in the line of duty, on what we can actually expect to transpire today and what the program will look like. Thank you so much for your time, General. If you can just tell us, what can we anticipate today in terms of what will transpire program-wise?
Good morning to you, Offense, and thank you, and good morning also to the viewers at home. In terms of the program, we will be kicking off at 10 o'clock. The President of the country, President Cyril Ramaphosa, will be delivering the keynote address. We will also, as part of the program, be having a wreath-laying ceremony that will be led by the President, the Minister of Police, General Bekitele, as well as the National Police Commissioner, General Fani Masemola, who will then be followed by the families of the 33 slain members. We will also be having a fly past that will be demonstrated by the South African Police Service in respect of those members who lost their lives in the line of duty during the past financial year, which would have been from April 2021 to March 2022.
Yes, and we understand that, this is an annual event that takes place every year. Can you just tell us the work that actually goes into planning this particular event, as it looks like it takes weeks of planning?
It actually takes months of planning, Offense. Moreover, if you can recall, for the past 2 years, we haven't been able to have a full-scale attendance at the events because of the COVID-19. So in 2021 and 2020, we did have the event, but it was hosted virtually. So this is the first time, again, it is done on such a full scale. So it has taken months of planning. It's different departments that are involved, led by the Divisional Commissioner of Human Resource Management, General Nsia, as well as our EHW, from which our spiritual services come. And then obviously we'll have communication as well in terms of event management. There's also the preparation of the families for this event, because the families are coming from different parts of the provinces, because this is 33 members from across the country. So that takes a lot of work logistically, just as well as in terms of administration as well.
And can you just explain, because we understand that this is quite a somber moment, especially for the families. As you know, some of the loved ones that have passed on are actually breadwinners. What is the kind of support that the police service actually gives to the loved ones that actually remain behind? We heard that there was about a 500 danger allowance that the police actually get, dating back to 2011, if I'm not mistaken.
Look, just in terms of support for the families of the deceased members, over and above the spiritual support that we are giving, the South African Police also has what is called the SAPS, that's the Education Trust, through which we are supporting the children of the slain members to go through school. With the interruptions caused by the COVID, it has been a little bit difficult to raise funds to that effect, but we are working on that. There is a machinery that is in place to assist that process. But in terms of the danger allowance, that is actually an allowance that is given to operational members who are still on duty. So I can confirm that through the acting DNC, who is also the CFO of the department, Lieutenant General Dimpani, there is a lot of work that is currently underway to ensure that the danger allowance is increased to a reasonable level. However, as you will know, there have been budget cuts in terms of the fiscus of the country. So General Dimpani, obviously, in terms of us having to liaise with Treasury, that process is underway, but it is something that we are looking into as a department.
And any message of support? We know that the police minister and the president will address the families that will be converging here. But as SAPS general yourself, what message would you have to families, that have lost their loved ones?
Look, to the families, we are having this event, first of all, to pay respects to those 33 members by engraving their names on the wall of remembrance to make sure that they leave a lasting legacy behind. And through our support as well that I mentioned now through the subset, that is our practical support that we are giving to the families. But we want to show them that in as much as these were family members to them, they were also part of the men and women in blue. They were members of the bigger SAPS family. So we appreciate that we are able to be with them today, because also, if you remember, they passed on in the previous financial year. You still had your lockdown restrictions. So we couldn't even have the kind of official funerals that we normally have. So we are hoping that today they would be comforted by what we have put in place for them. And we really want to just say to them that we are in sorrow, we grieve with them, and we want to make sure that they are able to remember their loved ones and see the kind of value that they added to the organization.
Thank you very much. Well, as you heard, that's General Peters actually saying that, it's the first time they're actually hosting this event after they were hosted virtually because of COVID-19. She's saying there's going to be 33 names inscribed on the wall of remembrance here at the Union Buildings, remembering those that died in the line of duty. And with that, let's go to a quick ad break and we'll be right back.